Hello and welcome back to SiGMA TV. As we gear up to our digital conference in June, we'll be providing you a series of panel discussions covering everything you need to know in the world of gaming. Today we'll be discussing boosting sales, marketing and PR in the gaming space, moderated by Talron.
Wow, what a great panel do we have here. I have here my friend Viltė from ConnectPay, Motti from ReBlonde, Lyubomira from UltraPlay, and Olga from TSAR PR and from CryptoMood. I'm Talron, I'm from Tel Aviv. I have a really great panel here with us for SiGMA TV, exclusive for SiGMA TV. And let's introduce you one by one. Let's start with Viltė. Viltė, she's from Vilnius. She's from ConnectPay, a really, really great PSP, not only PSP, but they're also an EMI. They're also a bank. They do so much great things for the gaming industry. I'm really happy to have here Viltė Sabalienė, Head of Marketing from ConnectPay, from Vilna. Thank you so much. Next, I have Motti, the king of PR, living in Tel Aviv, working in Tel Aviv, from ReBlonde. Motti, thank you for joining me in this panel here for SiGMA TV.
It is my pleasure as always, my friend.
Thank you. Then I have Olga. Olga, Bersheva. Bersheva is a really famous city in Israel. Olga Bersheva from Prague, originally from Russia, does lots of interesting PR for crypto and for blockchain and for high tech, and recently also entered with TSAR agency to gaming. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Greetings from cool and chill Prague.
Thank you. And last but not least, Lyubomira. Everybody knows Lyubomira in the gaming industry. She's from Sofia. She's from UltraPlay. I met her team, really nice team there with Mario there in SiGMA in November. And they have a really nice impact on all this esports sector. And I'm really happy to have you here on behalf of UltraPlay with us. Thank you,
Glad
Lyubomira.
to be here. Thank you.
Yeah. Also, Lyubomira, also VP Marketing, CMO. We're all here, PR and CMOs and VP Marketing. So we have a really, really cool panel with people from all around the world, all focusing on marketing. Let's start with Viltė. And Viltė is a good candidate to start with because she came from the B2C. You know, she was working from Red Bull. She has a brand of fashion. And also, you know, she's also a lawyer. And she's also, you know, wrote a book. So she has like a really, really nice interdisciplinary approach. And I want to ask you regarding ConnectPay, the company where you work. Okay, ConnectPay, 2 years already, only 2 years. And in these 2 years, you already won Best Payment Service Provider in the Baltics, okay? You're already a household name in many of the gaming operators, all in a really, really short period of time. And you're the marketing manager. I want to hear from you. What's the trick? How did it happen?
Thank you for the very nice introduction. So I've joined the company only half a year ago, and it was a very big surprise for me because this company is entirely built on word of mouth. So before starting any paid advertising, we decided to check how our brand promise, which is banking made easy, correlates with the whole customer journey. So we've updated, let's say, facelifted our visual identity, giving it more lightness, a more modern look and feel. We've updated our website, making it very intuitive, having only the very basic information that a customer might need. And then we even updated our tone of voice. So stepping aside from the, let's say, from the casual institutional things like dear client, adding a little bit of wittiness, adding a little bit of lightness so that it's really easy. So the whole process is banking made easy. So once this was done, we could move to paid advertising, and we started our very first campaign during the period of the virus. Wow. So I could talk here for ages about how it all went, but basically what I wanted to say is when you have a good product, doing marketing for it is really pleasurable because it's not easy or it's not challenging, but it's a real pleasure.
Amazing. Wow. So you actually speak about the pleasure, which is amazing. You know, you say you have a good product, so the marketing process is made pleasurable even in times where everything is challenging. Did I understand correctly?
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Viltė. Thank you. And Lyubomira, you know, also ConnectPay was speaking in SiGMA. We're here hosted by SiGMA. Lyubomira's team was also speaking there. And I want to hear from you. You know, we're now in this COVID time. how does esports makes you busy nowadays, you and your team, Lyubomira?
It's really busy for us as a leading esports betting provider. It's no surprise that when COVID-19 shut down the sport events globally, operators, stakeholders in our industry started looking for alternative betting verticals. And esports is actually one of them. It became shortly a buzzword, and many operators actually are looking for our esports betting solution, OddsGG. Not only that, we see a great interest from the industry events that are now happening online.
Like which events? Which ones are you participating and recommend?
Like SBC Digital Summit. So we attended also with the panel discussion, particularly on esports, in Mare Balticum Gaming Summit, and many others that we attend. Yes.
Yeah. Everybody's now looking towards the next SiGMA one, the one in mid-June. Everybody was planning going to Manila, especially people that like Asia, and now everybody will be home. But the good thing is that I saw really, really good content. Our panel here is part of the build-up to the show, and everybody's waiting for the event next month, but everybody's hoping that in September things will go back. So if I understand, Lyubomira, you see also the esports as a way that also operators who do not have esports yet can also use it to monetize their business?
Yeah, and the previous years when we attend the biggest exhibitions, conferences, and we had talks with leading operators about esports, back then it was a niche market and they were hesitant to integrate it. Now with no sports left, I see that this is changing. Esports is becoming mainstream, I can say, and it will become in the next following months and years. And in terms of our trading team, I can say they're pretty busy right now because we are constantly adding new events. For example, CSGO is one of the most famous in the betting side of esports. Is actually we are increasing the events both pre-match and live by 15%. We recorded a really tremendous increase in esports betting turnover. It's like 500% compared to last year. The increase was only 30%. So you can see a great increase in the betting turnover for esports.
Amazing.
Yes.
Very nice. Thank you, Lyubomira. Thank you so much. Olga from Prague, and you're in PR. Also, Motti. We have two guys really deep into PR, really deep into also with a background with high tech, and I want to hear from both of you the same question. Let's start with Olga, from you. I want to hear from you the differences in PR when we're targeting clients in the crypto and the financial side, and when we're in gaming. Okay, let's start with you, Olga.
Thanks for the question. That's a very interesting question. Well, I would definitely mention that there is a huge difference in terms of the news angles, because crypto is a lot about technology, and actually the people who believe in crypto, they once believed in technology. Which probably same approach might be applied for gaming. If you have any technological hooks that you can use, that's definitely a content gap in terms of media. If you can add VR, AR, all those trending topics, that definitely will create you a content gap. Secondly, I would say the crucial difference is that to bridge that initial journalism skepticism with a crypto project is much tougher than, for example, to launch the new game. However, PR, in terms of crypto, PR is the marathon, and on the contrary, it's very hard to market the game that's been already released a few years ago, to keep the public interested about the game itself that is already there on the market.
Yeah.
And the third one.
Yeah. And 1 second, Motti. Olga mentioned a difference also regarding, if I understand correctly, regarding the outlets themselves. Motti, you see a large difference between the outlets, between gaming and between financial?
Of course, there are two separate verticals. So when you're pitching a crypto/blockchain story, you approach publications such as CoinDesk and Cointelegraph and Bitcoin Magazine and Merkle and The Block and the likes of them. And when you're trying to pitch a gaming story, you have to go to publications such as Game Informer Magazine, GamePro, Nintendo Power, PC Gamer, and the likes of them. So that's the first difference. They are completely two separate verticals. The second difference is that the crypto/blockchain sector is heavily regulated now. So you have to get legal advice, and this is why we need people such as you and your partner, Tal, because you have to make sure that whatever it is that you're sending out to the media is not going to get you in trouble. Obviously, we know that some companies that did very good business back in 2017 and 2018 are now heavily probed by the authorities, especially the SEC from the US. So you have to be very careful to get legal advice before you send out PR stories. And with gaming, the way I see it, it's slightly a difference. But these are the main two differences.
Interesting. Thank you so much, Motti and Olga. Thank you. That's great tips. Thank you so much. Guys, let's move to other tips and views, because I know like Viltė, she came from the B2C, Red Bull, other large companies, etc., also in fashion, yeah. And Motti and also Olga have also various experience both in B2C and also B2B. I want to hear from each one of you, your thoughts about the differences between marketing and PR from B2C and B2B. Because if you see also gaming, we have lots of providers, we have platforms, we have payment services, and one side we have also operators working with the direct consumers. And let's continue with Motti between the differences B2B and B2B, and then we'll continue with the rest. Motti, what can you share about that?
All right. So again, one of the main differences is the fact that you have to approach, consumer versus enterprise class publications. So if you're targeting consumers, for example, it will be, PC Magazine. But if you're targeting enterprises, it could be Entrepreneur and Inc. And publications such as that. Because, with B2C stories, you probably better target the actual consumer themselves. And with B2B stories, you have to, or you want to pitch and approach the executives who are going to make decisions within those companies. Nevertheless, some publications will overlap. A TV channel such as CNN is going to be absolutely fantastic for both B2B and B2C stories. So don't discriminate out, opportunities such as this.
Sure. Thank you so much, Viltė. You came from the B2C, B2B, so this question will easily relate to you. Can you share your views on the difference between the B2B and the B2C?
Yeah, sure. We can always talk about technical differences as about channels, or let's say the period when the decision is made is much longer in B2B than in B2C. From B2B standing point of view, you usually target not a single person, but a group of decision makers. And there are no impulse decisions. There are no impulse orders or buys. So yeah, so the process is much longer. But leaving this aside, let's say at ConnectPay, we consider ourselves as B2B2C. So whatever we put in the market, no matter if it's a message or if it's a product, we always think about the end customer. So it's not that different, really, when you're building the message or building a product.
Amazing. So you say that even if it's a B2B, you tend to look at it as the B2B2C, and you try to see what the final customer does. If I understand correctly?
Yes, exactly.
Understood.
The very end user.
Very nice. I would like to speak with Olga and Lyubomira about what's going on with the COVID. If you see any impact now, I want to hear from how both of you now work in your team. I see that Lyubomira, with all these G2E, probably you're now in your office. So I don't know. I want to hear from both of you. How does this COVID impact in all those marketing activities of the companies that you're affiliated with? Olga is now with CryptoMood. A few days ago, I was joining a very nice Facebook event that you had regarding the splitting of the Bitcoin. And I don't know if it would be happening in other situations. I want to also hear from Lyubomira. Let's start with Olga.
Well, definitely, as you know from the media, Czech Republic is leading in terms of the anti-COVID measures. Okay. So if the borders are actually lifted, I think Czech Republic is going to be the first country. So we are kind of showing the class in that sense. Then I would say it impacted us because we had to cancel our own events, and for us, usually spring is the time where we get a lot of we get to like the international events like Malta Summit. But it actually proved that what was working before is not working now. And now, before entering the conference, basically the business is being done not on the conference, but before the conference, because they're going through the participants. And this is a different reality. You have to adapt your business for. So obviously, like the digitalization of the world, I mean, it was supposed to happen, but now it's happening much faster. And this is a trend we are watching. So, well, obviously it's tough, but it's amazing time to live.
Wow.
Now.
Thank you. I agree. Thank you so much, Olga. Lyubomira from UltraPlay. You have your company has a really nice impact on the esports and the gaming sector generally. And I'm sure that your company attends lots of physical events. Now here, there's no physical events. There was the SBC Summit, which you've been attending. There was the Mare Balticom Gaming Summit last week, which some of us have been speaking there. And now we have the SiGMA coming up soon. There was today the Affiliate Con. I wonder, a company like you, which is heavily relying on physical events, what is your how can you take this situation, take the lemon and make it in a lemonade? What can you do, Lyubomira?
We are flexible, and as a B2B iGaming provider, we shift to online events because in terms of marketing, the exhibition and conferences are very significant for our business to spread our messages, to actually support B2C brands in times of crisis when there are no sports left right now, and we need to provide them with alternatives. Betting verticals. So we attend those events, we initiate discussions, we actually increase our online activities, our reports and data that we share with the industry, how esports can actually be turned into a profitable product for their brands. And I would like to highlight the importance of the quality of the product, as well as the reputation of the brand and the team that is representing the brand during all of our gatherings, networking events, etc. Because at the end of the day, we as a B2B provider, we create our products and solutions for the end users so that they can feel this ultimate way of entertainment. They can continue be entertained with our industry. So reputation, inside knowledge, and credibility is pretty important for the brand, so that it offers
you say all of this,
quality.
If I understand correctly, Lyubomira, you say all of this can be maintained even if we're in an era where there is no physical meetups and everything goes virtual to Zoom and Skype, etc.
I really hope that this situation will be resolved pretty soon, and we all will go back to normal. We'll meet each other again at the exhibitions and conferences, because this cannot be replaced, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Guys, wow, it was fun. Time passed so fast when I'm with interesting people. We're here because we were invited personally by the guys from SiGMA. Amazing people. They're so we have Iman, we have Jess, we have Sophie, we have Hamza, we have like so many great people there in the content and organizing. And they invited us to speak here on this really nice SiGMA TV panel, which will be broadcasted until the event itself, which will be next month. digitally. Everybody was planning to go to Manila. Instead of going to Manila, we'll stay here in our places and see. But hopefully in November we'll all gather in the Hugo, all the nice bars in Malta for the physical SiGMA. So guys, I really want to thank Motti. I want to thank Lyubomira and Viltė and Olga and Tony, our friend from Malta. You can't see him, but he's here all behind Tony Camilleri. Thank you guys. Enjoy and have a great day. Thank you.
Well, a huge thank you to all of our panelists and everyone that took part. Stay tuned next week for our next set of discussions shaping the business and gaming world.